Let's talk trade now here on Broncos Breakdown by Chat Sports. I am reading between the lines here a little bit on Royce Freeman. Now, head coach Vic Fangio, get to his quote in a second, has hyped up 3 running backs so far, and Royce Freeman was not among them. And I don't know if Denver would actually carry 4 if everyone is healthy this year, which means Freeman's probably the odd man out. So here's what Fangio had to say. Tell me if I'm crazy, right? Quote, "Well, I think there's enough work to be had for everybody if everybody proves they're worthy. I think you have to throw Mike Boone in that when you talk about that position too. All 3 of them just need to come back ready to go. We'll carve a role for them. Obviously, Melvin is an established back in this league, played good for us last year, and we like him. Obviously, we like Williams, and we like Boone. So you can never have enough backs, and I'm confident that there will be enough work for all of them." Royce Freeman, folks, was not included whatsoever in that conversation. And Vic Fangio might say, you can never have enough backs. You can. It's 2021. You throw it more than you run it anyway. But if you're going to carry 3, Freeman appears to be the odd guy out because Melvin Gordon is going to make this team. He's the veteran, the most experienced, the most proven. He'll probably get starter snaps. We've gone over the starting stuff, not the topic of today's video. Javonte Williams, they moved up for him in round 2. Well, he's not going anywhere. Mike Boone, meanwhile, with Vic Fangio praising him, kind of seems like he's going to get the nod over Royce Freeman. And if they don't carry 4, which they could, but maybe they won't, maybe they could trade Royce Freeman. So get your votes in for me, folks. Do you want the Broncos to go out and trade Royce Freeman? Simple Y for yes or N for no gets your point across. Do it right now for me in the comment section. Now, Freeman was once a top 75, I believe, pick. I'll double check that here. But a 3rd-round pick out of Oregon, a guy that I know many people liked, including myself. Although I thought that he had a little bit too much work at Oregon, might have worn him down a little bit there. But he was 71st overall pick. Producer Jeremy here saying he was a fantasy sleeper. It's true, he was. Got the starter kind of early on in his career, but hasn't had nearly the impact he's had at the beginning of his career. In fact, his touches went from 130, 132 in terms of carries down to 35. He basically lost his starting job, his previous starting job there. He's played in almost every game, but his touches plummeted from 2019 to 2020, despite being healthy. He had just 35 carries last year, 12 receptions. Freeman has shown he can be at least a volume guy. He can handle the workload. Hasn't really offered the true game-breaking type of stuff that you would like to see. But shoot, if you're a team like the Dolphins, for example, isn't Freeman, wouldn't he be one of your top 3 backs potentially? I would not be surprised here, folks, if the Broncos looked into dealing Royce Freeman. So, yes, I am reading between the lines here, but keep an eye out for it later on this training camp and into the preseason. Let's chat Denver Broncos now. Namely, could the Denver Broncos go out and try to add Mitchell Schwartz? Now, we've mentioned offensive tackles a lot around Denver since Juwan James's injury occurred and his time ended with the Denver Broncos. And Schwartz has popped up before. He's once again been linked to Denver, this time by Bleacher Report. There are some significant buts here, because when healthy, I think everybody in a sane mind would be like, yes, Mitchell Schwartz is an upgrade for the Denver Broncos. But he's coming off injury. As we'll get into more in depth later on, I think the medical could be a major problem. I don't know if Schwartz will even be able to play this season. Now, Bleacher Report listed 4 teams that could be landing spots for Mitchell Schwartz. The aforementioned Denver Broncos. The Chicago Bears also made this list. Maybe the Morgan Moses losers of this battle, if you would. The Miami Dolphins, who seem to get ready to go with Liam Eichenberg at right tackle. The Tennessee Titans, matter of time before Dylan Radins earns that job, but stopgaps. That's what Mitchell Schwartz would provide for all of those teams, and that in theory would be the exact same thing as Denver. And if Denver hadn't already made moves at the tackle position, I would be on board with this. But I think the depth chart situation for Denver, the commitments that have been made, make this a little bit unlikely. Garrett Bowles locked and loaded after a breakout year at left tackle. They signed Bobby Massey to be the team's right tackle. Now, Schwartz is better when healthy, but they've already committed to Bobby Massey. Cam Fleming, as he's been for the past couple years, primed to be a swing tackle. So all of a sudden, with the investment Denver's made, I don't really know how you get Schwartz on this team, even if he's healthy. Now, if you know, which you're not going to know, that Mitchell Schwartz is guaranteed to be the guy he was in his prime, honestly, I think you would go do it. I think at that point you find a way to make it work, and you say, okay, well, look, even in an injury-plagued year last year when he was never quite 100%, Bobby Massey was still way better. Not Bobby Massey. Mitchell Schwartz was still way better than what most tackles offer. And look, even 2020, good. 2019, didn't allow a sack. And as a reminder, the Patrick Mahomes offense, where he likes to drop back, and this is something Andy Reid has acknowledged in the past, it is less conducive to allowing or protecting the tackles. He drops back very far in the pocket, helps the tackles allow more hurries. But Schwartz, when healthy, has been one of, if not the outright best, right tackle in the entirety of the NFL. So if he's 100%, which I don't know if he's going to be, I think the medical's a major red flag there. It's the single biggest reason why I'm not so sure on it. Maybe the team should explore it there. Now, Denver did pay Bobby Massey, and they could save some money if they were to cut him. He got a 1-year, $2.5 million deal. Incentives bring that up to $4 million. So there's a lot of extra money that could be had for Bobby Massey. That was originally reported as a $4 million deal. They did guarantee him $1 million of his base of his signing bonus there, and like a little over $500,000 of his base salary. So if they were to cut him, they'd save $700,000. So not massive savings there. Because of that, because they think Massey can be the guy, the contract kind of reflects that. I don't know if in the end Mitchell Schwartz ends up being the most likely destination for Denver. I think there are other teams that, if he's healthy, could use him a little more, maybe even Bobby Massey's own former team. So make your predictions for me right now, folks, in the comments section. Where do you believe Mitchell Schwartz will end up signing? Get your votes in and let me know what you guys think.